Yes, Darren, thank you. Well, we are all gearing up for the holidays, putting up decorations, getting presents, cooking our favorite dishes. But what about our pets? Well, what do we need to know to keep them healthy and safe this holiday season? Joining us now, Doctors Damian Battersby and Shelley Scopit. And first, let's talk to you about first, introductions, I guess. We have a friend here as well.
We do, yes. This is Otley.
Okay.
Yeah, so he just came to talk a little bit about what you shouldn't do for your pet during the holiday season.
And, and what is he saying? What is he telling us?
Well, he said, I really like candies and sweets, but you have to show a little restraint at the holidays because it can make our pets' stomachs upset. There are certain things that can actually even be toxic to them. Certain amounts of chocolate, certain types of nuts, and then even just high-fat foods, gravies, sauces, the fat from meats that can really wreak havoc on their GI tract and make them really sick.
So maybe watch if you're like cooking a roast, what bones you're going to give them after that.
Definitely, yeah. Not only can it upset their tummy, but sometimes it can even cause an obstruction going through their GI tract. So you can even end up having to have surgery for your pet on the holidays.
That is not good.
Yeah, definitely want to avoid it.
What about the actual house itself? What would you suggest? Because there's a lot of decorations that are being put up.
And decorations are going to be one of the main things we have to worry about. Their safety and our safety. Obviously, you want to stay away from anything candles, open flames. You want to make sure everything's secured. Attached well, so a dog or even a curious cat can't knock it over. And if that comes with a Christmas tree especially, and any lights hanging with cords. There are a lot of battery-powered options now that get away from electrical power cords and things like that. And it's not even just tangling themselves up, and it's even biting them and stuff like that. Yeah. So we want to be careful with that. We want to make sure all presents and gifts are put away where four-legged friends have a little more difficulty reaching them.
What about too? I've always heard poinsettias are not that great around pets, or you have to watch them.
You have to watch them.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'll just cause an upset stomach. Most of the things that we worry about plant-wise, decoration-wise, are going to cause an upset stomach before anything else. So if you find your pet not eating, vomiting, diarrhea, please call your veterinarian.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and Dr. Scopit, tell me too, what should people do if they are thinking about getting a pet for the holidays?
Sure. It really needs to be a well thought out decision and a discussion for the family to make sure that, everybody's willing to play a role in taking care of that pet. It's a lifelong experience for that pet, a lifelong responsibility, really. And puppies and kittens grow up to be adults. So while they're really cute when they're little, you just have to remember that they do go through changes and have to be willing to love them for the entirety of their life. And definitely, if you're thinking about getting a surprise for someone, that's something to think of. That person may not, be interested in that surprise, so you really have to think about that carefully.
All right, so maybe talk about it ahead of time. Well, thank you so much for being here and joining us, and thank you for being such a good little dog there. Perfect. Well, coming up, Darren, we'll have one final look of your first alert forecast, but first, here's what's coming up this morning on Weekend Today.